Ship name, Somnus. Crew, 6. Designation, D-Class Freighter. Log, 3716-8431-1. This is Captain Iris speaking. We just left Kora Station behind and are en route to our next destination. The crew enjoyed their 3-rotation stay at the station, and I think this time Cole didn't even lose all his credits gambling, which is a marked improvement from the last few layovers. Our freight brought us quite a bit of profit, even if the market fluctuates wildly. Some stuff will always be in increased demand. Maybe we should switch to transporting high-value cargo from now on? Nah, that's probably a bad idea. Pirates seem to have a nose for small ships with expensive loot these days. And I don't want to spend all our profit on outfitting this vessel with more guns and armor. We picked up quite a few interesting things on Kora, though. Some REMs, even some RAMs, strangely fluorescent food, and a powder one can mix with the ship's normal water to turn it bright green and sugary tasting. I know it's not money well spent, but after the last few trips, I think my crew really needs it. We've been fighting for our livelihoods for far too long, and now, with a tiny bit of good luck on our side, I wanted to surprise them with something that wasn't booze or drugs we might get in trouble for at our next destination. Paying that penalty the last time has made me reconsider my stance on such substances on board entirely. From now on, we're going to stay completely on the legal side. There's enough money to be made out there without resorting to illegal substances, even though I know that sooner or later something legal we bring from one station might turn out to be illegal in the next. But let's deal with that later. Right now, I need to concentrate on our next destination. Onoroi. It's a planet near the outer rim, one with a subterranean population that is buying anything leafy green at a premium. This trip will cost us a bit of time, but I got a tip that stations close to the planet are looking for metals and will pay good money for pretty much any amount they can get their hands on. So, even though the trip might start out as a bust, it should turn nicely profitable by the time we leave that sector again. Morale of the crew here is still high, even though one of them, our mechanic Paora, got caught up in some rumors on the last station and has spread them among the rest of the crew. To reach Onoroi, we will need to fly through what is called a dead zone. And apparently there are some tales going around that something isn't right there. Rumors like that are common out here, further away from the core of the Empire. And I think that's part of being human. This zone we'll be entering in less than 100 hours is just an empty stretch of space. Yeah, there's hardly any light with no sun around, but that's also the case on pretty much any well-established trade line. I spoke to Paora when we set off, and she's adamant that those tales are true, though. That there is something out there blocking the light of the stars, and that we should be very careful and maybe even cover the windows and disable the cameras while passing through. Our sensors would alert us in time if there was anything on collision course with us, but honestly, I just don't want to. Giving into silly rumors is a surefire way to lose all your hard-earned money again. I told her she's free to stay in her bunk and even wear a blindfold as long as her work doesn't suffer. She's been less than receptive to my ideas. Maybe I'll convene a crew meeting once the rest have woken up and talk to them about the dangers of believing everything one hears. It's probably going to go over like a lead balloon, whatever that expression means. Then again, what can I do? It's not like I'm able to simply close my eyes and ears and pretend nothing is going on. This is still my ship, and I'm responsible for everyone on board. I will have a talk with the crew, not to shame Paora, but to get a read on the temperature around here. Wish me luck, I guess. Ship name: Somnus. Crew: 6. Designation: D-Class Freighter. Log 3716-8431-2. Just woke up from my rest period and I'm still so fucking tired. Sometime while I was asleep, we passed into the dead zone, and I think all the talking with Paora must have gotten to me after all. I had some very strange dreams, I think, even though I can hardly remember anything about them anymore. But I know I woke up when my heart rate spiked suddenly, and that damned machine of my pod started beeping. Wasn't like I had anything to do, so I stayed in until my alarm went off. And I don't think I've slept this badly in quite some time. Rest period. Yeah, not much rest to be found here right now. Looking out of the window, I think I finally understand why this place is called a dead zone. The stars out there seem dimmer than before. I can't deny that. And it really feels like we're slowly drifting through some kind of abyss. My crew's mood dropped noticeably even before I went to rest, with Paora being the main perpetrator in that case. Cole got into a bit of an argument with her at the table. I don't know if there's real anger brewing beneath the surface, or if he's just salty that we pulled him away from the gambling den back on Cora to continue our journey. Hard to say, but it's nothing I want to speak to him about directly. Our communications officer, Randall, and my right hand, Aven, joined in the brewing argument yesterday before I went to rest. They pretty much all ganged up on Paora and told her to shut it, but something in the way she reacted still bothers me now. She didn't get angry or indignant, but looked almost sad. I'm not one for conspiracies, but she seemed oddly calm about it all, as if what she was claiming was inevitable. I tried pulling her aside and talked to her, but yeah. Besides bad dreams for me, nothing changed. Damn. Well, I guess I'll head to the bridge now. Maybe someone else will be awake and up for a talk there. Using this log like a diary isn't all that interesting, to be honest. But I guess it's a good idea, especially when I'm this tired. Some way to keep my thoughts in order. Log, 3rd entry. I don't want to type out everything every time I'm going to do one of these logs. It's exhausting, so I'll shorten it from now on. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 entries per work period. I've heard somewhere that people back on Earth used to do that for decades, and the idea seems quite quaint to me. I spent the whole work period running around the ship, making sure that everything was on the up and up. Glad to say there are no problems with the vessel itself, but the crew seems strange. I found Cole, Paora, Randall, and Aven all at the table, eating their rations in complete silence. They all looked tired, while outside not a single star seemed to blink in the endless darkness of the dead zone. The only one who has remained completely normal is our trade officer, Trevor. He's been pretty much locked in his room, and I think he's still browsing through the new info we got on Honoroy and its trade laws. The computer could do the report in less than 10 seconds, but Trevor always wants to do everything by hand first. He still says it's the only way to be sure that it's correct. And since he doesn't have any kind of technical knowledge and seems happy to do it, I don't see any harm in him spending hour after hour in that small room, working through hundreds, maybe thousands of ledgers and compiling it all into a short report. The man is strange, but he's been invaluable to our success, I feel. talked to him, and he seemed just as weird and hyper-focused as usual. He scoffed a bit as I asked him about his dreams and told me it was just the normal stress-induced nightmares. Row after row of numbers never meant to fit with each other. He said that with a wink and a smile, but I somehow get the feeling that he wasn't telling me the whole truth. The atmosphere feels strange. It's not as light as normal, I think. There's no laughter, no banter. Somehow it feels like there's this electricity building in the air around me. I can see the hair on my body rising already, but I don't know where the shock will come from. It's strange. I need to keep an eye out, and maybe it would be best to go over the emergency protocols again. My instincts tell me that there's something wrong. Log, 4th entry. Just had the worst rest period of my life right now. Technically, it's not over yet. There's still about half left if I look at the time. I laid down 4 hours ago, and yet I can't get back to sleep. My blood pressure and heart rate both spike if I lie in my cot, so I'm choosing to keep standing here, recording this log. It's strange. I can feel my heart beating so hard, even right now, although my pulse reads almost normal. 70 beats per minute. That should be okay, right? Maybe I should talk to Cole. At least nominally, he's the ship's medical officer. And right now, I want to speak to a human. Not some hidden microphone or machine that will tell me the same things over and over again. I'm sweating and shaking right now as well. Maybe we caught some kind of bug from Cora Station. Do I have a fever? I'm trying to get my vitals back under control, but it's hard. Somehow I feel like I'm missing something. Forgetting something. Every time I close my eyes, I see this darkness without a single light shining. Like outside, and I can feel my heart beating even harder. I need to remember. Those were the words I woke up with. Remember what? Something is missing. I know. I'm not making much sense now, but I feel like I need to get it out. There's something I'm supposed to say, something I need to record. A warning. I can feel my heart rate rising already. Stress is making me woozy. I'm going to head out now. I can't stay in this room any longer. No one else should be up at this hour, but I need to sit somewhere without a window to the black abyss surrounding us. Once Cole is up, I'll head straight to him and drag him into this office if he complains. Something is wrong with me, and I need to find out what. Log, 5th entry. 2 hours have passed since the last log. To my surprise, I found almost the entire crew sitting at the table as I came out of my room, and they all looked just as pale as me. They weren't speaking a word. Only sitting there in each other's company, staring at the table in silence. I could see the same fear in their eyes I felt after waking up. The only two who weren't present, by the way, were Trevor, who might still be working out his numbers, and Aven, my right hand and first lieutenant. Maybe before long, I'll need to hand over my command to her for the rest of this trip. At least, if I'm not feeling better soon, I'll definitely give her the power to make decisions for the ship. I'm not feeling my best at the moment, and I'm afraid I might lead us into disaster if whatever I'm going through right now gets worse. Back to the topic at hand. I talked to Cole, our gambler/doctor, and I can't say I've ever seen him this downtrodden. We went to his office so as to talk in private, and at first he wasn't even listening to me, just digging around his drawers for some kind of drugs. Well, that changed once I called out his name 3 times, and for a single moment we both completely froze. I felt my heart rate spike and could see sweat breaking out all over his skin as we stared at each other, unable to even say another word for what seemed like an eternity. Inside me something stirred, but I couldn't quite grasp it, and I could see the same struggle on his face. It was like we were both waiting for the other to finally say it out loud and break the tension, but neither of us was capable of overcoming what was holding us back. The moment passed, and suddenly I saw Cole shake his head, then give off this dry, almost coughing laugh, before he turned away and dug around his drawers again. I'm still not sure what exactly that was, but I'm feeling even worse now. A good doctor gave me something to help me sleep, and something to make me stay awake for a long period of time, before telling me that I should choose myself, because he was doing so as well. Good medical advice, right? Well, it's not like I can blame him. He looked like hell, tired and scared. Maybe it's some kind of viral infection. I asked him that, but he was less than receptive to my idea, just shaking his head, and only took my temperature after I insisted for a 3rd time. No one on board has a fever. He checked before I got out of my room. Cole only explained after and then sent me on my way. I have both meds in front of me now, and I'm not sure what to do. There are still a few hours left of my rest period, but I don't think I'll be of much use for quite some time if I take the sleep meds. It's probably best to wait and start the day early. And if I feel tired sometime during my official shift, I'll take the ones that make me stay awake. Yeah, let's do that. Log, 6th entry. I will try to keep this as professional and calm as I can. Aven is in a coma. 6 hours into the day shift, we couldn't ignore her closed door any longer, and I opened it with my ID, followed by Cole, our doctor, and Paora. We found my first lieutenant on her cot, almost looking dead, but as the doctor took her pulse, we could at least rule out the worst case. Her heartbeat is so slow, he isn't sure if she really still is alive, but we chose to call it a coma to not freak out the rest of the crew more than they already are. After the initial shock, it was Paora who pretty much took over, informing the others, and I'm kind of thankful for that, so I could stay with Aven, who's now in the medical office, hooked up to pretty much every machine the doctor has available. Her blood pressure is almost non-existent. Her breathing is so shallow you can't really see her chest rising, and the pulse is still in the single digits. We've been measuring her brain activity, but it doesn't look much better either. Every now and then there's a slight spike as some neurons fire, but it's a far cry from being alive or even awake. I don't know what to do, besides turning the ship around. We have abandoned our plan to reach Honoroy and are instead returning to Cora Station. They have medical facilities there, and even though it's going to be expensive, I don't want to lose any one of my crew. We've only been traveling inside the dead zone for a bit over 20 hours, so we should be back out soon. Maybe she will wake up on her own if we leave this dark place. It would be nice, right? Log, 7th entry. I couldn't sleep, so I got back up during my rest period and went out. Almost half of the remaining crew were sitting at a table again, staring down, but I ignored them and went on my way to Aven's quarters. I don't know why. exactly. But some part of me wanted me to look through her stuff. It wasn't out of some kind of voyeuristic curiosity, but maybe I just needed to know if there were any clues left behind about what put her into the state she's in right now. Well, I found something. 2 things to be exact. One, some scribbles she put onto one of those old pads. It looks like she tried to draw a single eye, but it's not very good from an objective point of view. Yet, it still stirred something in me. Like a forgotten memory of sorts. And second, a recording on her personal log. It's from around 2 hours after the day shift had started. So 4 hours before we found her. I've listened to it a couple of times, and I'll put it in here as well. It's strange.
I don't know if I'm awake right now or dreaming. I'm tired, yet awake for what feels like the first time in my life. I'm scared, yet calm, alive, yet maybe already dead. I don't know anymore where the dream ends and reality begins. If anyone will ever hear this, or if this recording will flow out into the abyss just like I'm doing right now. He found me. Well, us. He's out there. Well, he used to be. Right now, he's in here, with me. In my dream, I was walking through my old home, the one my parents brought me up in. There was this hallway with a big blind corner where the shadows hardly ever seemed to leave. But this time, he was there, in the shadow, waiting, watching. I think he followed me into the dream, into my memory. As I was walking along the hallway, a voice suddenly called out to me. It was saying my name, and I remember how strange and alien that felt. Someone saying my name in my dream? I turned and looked, and at that moment, I saw him for the first time, or at least felt him for real. One eye was staring out from the darkness, and I remembered all the other times he had done that to me, waiting in my dreams to call me out. Only this time, I acknowledged him. He is here now, inside the ship, inside me. I don't know who he is, but I can feel him scratching around my brain. It hurts. And yet, it's calming. His voice is talking to me even right now, telling me to stop fighting. I don't want to, but he promises peace. Why do we run from him? I can feel him so close now. He is right here with me, by my side. His hand is on my shoulder, on my neck, inside my brain. It's exhausting. I can't fight this. It's just not possible. Please, wake me up.
I don't know why, but these words do something to me. It's almost like my body reacts instinctively any time I hear her voice talking about whatever she had dreamed of. I start sweating and can feel my heartbeat rising. I feel cold and suddenly almost watched. Was it the sign of a stroke she suffered? Maybe some kind of drug one of the crew smuggled on board? It's hard to tell, and Cole warned me not to get my hopes up. The onboard medical station can only test for common narcotics, and those are all negative. I've been staring out of the window in Aven's room for a bit before I came here. It feels strange. Different somehow. I can't even describe it. Trying to listen to her last message while looking out into the darkness almost sent me into a tailspin, and I had to quickly leave to get myself back under control. Something strange is happening here, and I can't wait to get out of the dead zone again. Just 14 more hours, and we'll be free. Log, 8th entry. 6 hours have passed since my last entry. We found Trevor, hunched over his desk, the data slate still in hand. He's fallen into a coma as well. There's a second bed in the med room, so he's there now. And even though I tried to keep it quiet, the rest of the crew already heard what had happened. I don't know which of them told the others, and at this point, I'm too exhausted to really care. What bothers me more right now is that they didn't react to the news with panic. As far as I can see, pretty much all of them seem to take it in with this strange, almost resigned look in their eyes. Is someone spreading malicious rumors? No, at least I don't think so. And even if, there are other pressing matters to attend right now. I found Trevor's audio log. And instead of making things clearer, I now feel more confused.
This is Trevor Michael speaking. I don't know if I'm dreaming or not, but I need to warn someone. There is something here with me. Someone. I've tried closing my eyes, but even then I can still see him, feel him here. He has come for me, and I don't know if I was asleep or awake at the time, but right now, he's inside my room, staring at the back of my head, waiting for me to turn around. I know that if I move, I will die. He has told me as much. If I try to leave, I will be killed as well. I don't know what he wants. I don't know where he came from, but he's here. And he is dangerous. If I disappear, please, lock down the ship and vent the place, room by room. Don't give him a chance to stay. We need to get rid of him. Oh God, I can hear him breathing. He's so close now. When did he sneak up on me? Please, help me.
I've been listening to the message again and again as well, and I can hear Trevor's panic in his voice. He's now lying there in the med office, almost dead. His face peaceful, but I know that his last moments before whatever happened were ones of terror. The doctor is still adamant that it's not some kind of virus or drugs, but what else could it be? I've checked the oxygen levels, and we have no carbon monoxide buildup or the like. Water's fine as well. I have now officially ordered all food items brought from Cora Station to be locked away, as we will switch to the standard rations, the ones I bought 4 trips ago from an Imperial trader. It doesn't feel right still. Maybe I've missed something. I must have. This exhaustion is slowing me down, jumbling up my thoughts. I feel like I'm struggling to keep on with any specific task for more than a few minutes before my mind starts to wander. The darkness out there seems so all-encompassing. I can't help but feel like we're never going to make it out again. It's like this giant abyss is pulling the ship in. No, I can't think like that. 8 more hours and we should be free. We just need to hunker down and hope for the best. The course is set, so even if what happened to the 2 of my crew suddenly gets the rest of us, The ship will arrive at Cora Station, and if they don't get any life signs, they'll board us and rescue us. I need to believe. It's exhausting talking like this. I'm tired and scared, and I don't think taking any more of the doctor's pills will do me any good. As much as my heart starts racing at the thought, I think it's time I lay down and catch at least a bit of rest. For my health. Oh God. I just hope I'll wake up again. Log, 9th entry. Damn it! What the I had the worst rest of my life, finding myself dozing more than sleeping, then got woken up a few hours ago by the alarm. Damn, the airlock went off, and now there are only 5 people remaining inside this vessel, 2 of them comatose. It was Paora. She sabotaged the airlock safety mechanism, stepped inside, and vented the room. Why? Everyone came running as soon as we heard the alarm going off. Cole, Randall, and I arrived at the same time, but all we found was the red warning light, and behind the door's small window, the vacuum of space. Why would she do something like that? We've been trying to undo what she has done, but none of us can even hold a finger to that woman's technical skill. And even with my access codes, the ship's computer can't close the outside door again. We can't dock like this! Oh, God damn it! I've sent the other 2 back to their rooms, then tried again on my own. There has to be a way to undo what she did. Killing herself is bad enough, but trying to take us all with her? Why didn't she just sabotage both doors? We would have died far quicker. No, that wasn't her plan. I've been frantically going through the different manuals and steps to undo what she did, but as of yet, there's been no progress at all. Even worse, I looked at the window an hour ago. We should have left the dead zone by now. It's still dark outside. There are no stars out there. Why? Well, I can tell you why. Someone changed our course, then messed with the navigation. I don't know when they did it. I'm still checking the logs and video feeds, but haven't found anything. But I do know who is responsible. Aven, my first lieutenant's credentials were used to mess with the board computer. And now, I have no idea where we are or where we're going. Damn it all. I've checked the med office, and she's still there, in her comatose state. Randall, Cole, and I, we're all that's left right now. And we're drifting deeper into the dead zone by the second. I can feel it. The abyss is swallowing us. I've sent out emergency signals, but I don't think we're going to get any response. And all the while, something is inside the ship, inside my crew, coming for the rest of us. If anyone hears this, something is wrong with this ship, and we are in danger. Help us. Save us.